Man lives in a state of constant anxiety. Work, relationships, it seems that we are so burdened by anxiety, we simply don't feel free enough to do something to perfection. What are the reasons for anxiety? I consider through my research, I found that there are three main reasons. The first one being man is too stress reactive. He takes things very personally. He reacts stressfully to situations. There is a small incident which happened in ancient India. This great warrior was on the battlefield and he was about to kill his enemy. And suddenly the enemy spits on his face. So this warrior just takes away his sword and he says, "Today I won't kill you." So the enemy starts saying, "Why? But you're supposed to kill me, you found me." He says, "Yeah, if I kill you now, it will mean that I've taken the insult too personally." He says, "That is not correct. I'll come back and fight with you tomorrow." You see the grace, the whole idea is of the attitude. So being stress reactive and taking things too personally, we're always responding, reacting in this bad manner to an employee, to a boss. So there's too much fiction there. Number one cause of anxiety. Second cause of anxiety is not being flexible enough, not being able to flow. In my theatre experience, there is a form of Japanese drama, it's called No. Now a few actors play all the characters, so they have to shift between roles. What's beautiful is to see is how one person can move between one role and the other role. One person's playing somebody good, suddenly they'll, grow into this terrible demonic expression. Flexibility. But all the world's a stage, as we've heard Shakespeare say. You have to play your part as you need to at that time, like an actor playing his part. In fact, in Indian philosophy, it was always there, that man is just an actor. He has to play his part, but an actor must have versatility, flexibility. Then he's a great actor. Otherwise, he's just a nonsensical actor. So the ability to be flexible, flow between situations, allows you that adjustment. You see, it's like the blade of grass. In the storm, the blade of grass does not break. The tree breaks because the tree is stiff, not flexible. But the flexible blade of grass does not break. In fact, this attitude is very much a Chinese Taoist attitude, or in India also it's a kind of a Vedantic kind of an attitude where a person is totally flexible, not confined to a particular rigid attitude. So being rigid, you break, And the third cause of anxiety, it's somehow man feeling that he's alone in his struggle. Everyone's kind of scared that if this doesn't work out, what will happen? So I'm reminded of an anecdote. In the garden, this child was playing with, his father was sitting there, and this child was trying to pick up a stone, and the child couldn't pick up the stone. So the father asked that, "You want to pick that up? So what happened? You couldn't pick it up." So the child says, "No, I couldn't pick it up." So he says, "Yeah, but, you should have tried to ask me." So the child said, "No, but I wanted to do it alone." So the father said, "But remember, you are not alone. If you need my help, I am there." So the whole meaning of it is we are never alone. There's always help at hand. Either from, yes, as a child from our physical father, but in a greater sense from that universal existence. And in another sense, everybody. It's just a question of asking. It's just a question of not feeling this sense of loneliness. And I think not feeling that sense of loneliness, you feel a great courage to move forward. All this anxiety thing is very detrimental to efficiency, to work, to every aspect of our lives, which is why I'm talking to you about it. Get rid of it, cut it at its roots, and suddenly you're free to be who you want to be.